Welcome and thanks for checking out this video courtesy of OfficerBilling.com. Like OfficerReports.com, OfficerBilling.com is a tool designed specifically to address the needs of security guard companies. Where Officer Reports addresses the operational needs of your security guard company, Officer Billing addresses your security guard billing rate calculation needs. And when it comes to billing rate calculation, one of the most important factors in your pricing strategy is your state unemployment tax rate, also known as SUTA or SUI. Let's talk about why. Today, we're talking about what your SUTA tax is and how much it can affect your billing rate and your ability to win contracts. So again, what is SUTA? SUTA is the State Unemployment Tax Act and is a state payroll tax that security guard companies and all other employers pay that helps provide unemployment benefits to laid off workers. And because we're just getting out of 2020, we've been talking about unemployment benefits a lot. Come on, normalcy, please. So states use SUTA funds to help pay out unemployment insurance benefits to unemployed workers. Side note, depending on where you're from, you may also hear SUTA being referred to as state unemployment insurance or SUI or a reemployment tax. It's pretty much all the same thing, pretty much. So why should you care about your SUTA tax, other than the fact that it's a tax? Well, it's because the SUTA tax can, 1, affect your profitability as a company, 2, it can drastically affect your billing rates, and subsequently 3, it can affect your ability to win contracts. We'll hold off on talking about how SUTA affects your profitability for another video, so we can focus on what SUTA does to your billing rate in this video. When we're talking about your SUTA rate, the first thing to note is that your state establishes a range of SUTA rates and then assigns your company a rate within that range. If you're a new company, the state will assign you the new employer rate, which honestly is never really that good of a rate. But after you've been in business for a little while, the state will reassess your tax rate and move it up or down. As a security guard company, you want that rate to be as low as possible because the higher your tax rate, the higher your bid rate has to be to cover those taxes. As an example, let's talk about Acme Security in Texas. Currently, the SUTA rate in Texas ranges from 0.31% to 6.31%. So let's put together a bid with everything being the same except the SUTA tax. Once we do that, we can compare billing rates between the lowest and the highest tax rate and see what that does to our billing rate. In this example based in Texas, we will hold everything constant except for the SUTA rate. In example 1, we can see the SUTA rate is 0.31%, and in example 2, the SUTA rate is 6.31%. We are using armed officers making $17 an hour at 168 hours per week. Here you can see we are providing the officers 1 long sleeve shirt and 3 short sleeve shirts and 4 pairs of pants. For this project, we are doing 1 10-panel drug test, and we'll throw in some other expenses that we won't show here. But again, we are keeping everything exactly the same between the 2 bids other than the SUTA rate. Lastly, we use a 10% profit margin for both scenarios. And as you can see, we're getting a difference of $1.24 in the billing rate between the 2 scenarios. Now, $1.24 might not seem like much initially, but in an industry where contracts are won and lost on nickels and dimes, that's a lot of money. And if you don't believe it, look at it from the customer's point of view. If this is a 168-hour per week site, that's 8,736 hours per year. If you multiply that times $1.24, the customer can save more than $10,000 per year by going with the company with the lower SUTA rate. If someone told me they were going to save me $10,000, yeah, just show me where to sign. All in all, security guard companies are going to be using many of the same vendors, employees, insurance brokers, etc. So it's hard to find a way to beat your competition in those areas. But if you are actively managing your SUTA rate, you can definitely find an advantage there. If you want to know more about how to reduce your SUTA rate, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell, because we'll be talking about how to manage your SUTA rates in our very next video. As I always say, if you're going to try to be competitive with your billing rates, you have to know your numbers. And you have to have a tool like OfficerBilling.com to put it all together. If you have questions about anything in this video, please feel free to leave a comment or a question below. But in the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on pricing strategy. In the meantime, stay safe and stay profitable.